What's up, guys? It's been a minute since we had a little video, so I figured we'll bring it right here. So, last time I left you guys, we were on a live stream right before the championship race in Phoenix, and we want to congratulate Joey Logano for winning the NASCAR Cup Series championship. Hey, even year, right, guys? So, Joey Logano wins the championship. Ryan Blaney he was coming there at the end, but Ryan Blaney misses out, and Joey Logano wins the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series championship. Hey guys, we're pretty soon, maybe less than a couple months away, 2 months away or so, maybe 2.5 more months away from the Daytona 500. And also, we'll be bringing you the Busch Clash from North Carolina this year. That should be interesting as well. Maybe bring your snow boots for that one. But all right, so let's get into some NASCAR news since we have left you a lot of information as posted. I've just been so busy with our crews and then coming back and trying to get everything back in order and trying to stream a little bit. I haven't had a chance to discuss some of the things that has happened here, silly season news, whatever you want to call it. Let's get into it right now. All right, first bit of news that we're going to cover is Jimmie Johnson in an 84 Legacy Toyota. He is going to come back for a couple races here in 2025. And as I quote, Jimmie Johnson says, for 2025, we will make sure we use the number 84 car in the right capacity and the right way so it doesn't take anything away from the 42 or the 43. We'll see how many races times Jacob Cantor, the director of competition at Legacy Motor Club, lets me go out there and drive. So, Jimmie Johnson, be back from sure for the Daytona 500, and we'll see what he can do this year in 2025. All right, so here is a new update for the 2311 Front Row Motorsports lawsuit against NASCAR. And NASCAR has removed the release for the make them open teams. So in 2025, they will be an open team, all of Front Row Motorsports and 2311. So they will race as open cars, not charter. If they win a race, they will be a different amount of money as well in the purse. So we'll see how that goes uh, going forward in 2025. Now, with an update here after that was filmed, we're adding in here 2311 Racing and Front Row Motorsports have decided to drop its current appeal over the preliminary injunction request denied by Judge Frank D. Whitney, which would have allowed the teams to compete as a chartered entry or at least have the language changed in the open agreement. The documents, which were filed on Wednesday, November 20th, indicate that circumstances have changed in the underlying case, removing the need for this appeal and necessitated appliance to seek new relief from the district court. So pretty much 2311 and Front Row Motorsports feel that they have a good chance of winning this lawsuit, so they're dropping their appeal and hopefully they'll be back to a charter in 2025. Hopefully the lawyers and the courts file it their way, but we'll keep you up to date here on the go at CeeLo for 2311 and Front Row Motorsports with their lawsuit against NASCAR. So we have learned also the team that's going to be put together for the Amazon Prime and the TNT Sports Racing for NASCAR. And there's going to be Adam Alexander, who comes over from Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports. So he will be leaving the Truck Series. And Jamie Little, I guess, will take full time as the announcer over there. But also, Steve Letarte, and then also, as everybody knew a couple weeks ago, Dale Jr. will be with Amazon Prime and TNT Sports to cover those 10 races. And those 10 races start with the Coke 600, the Crown Jewel Coke 600. Then they go to Nashville. Then they go to Michigan. Mexico City should be an interesting one. First time NASCAR is back in Mexico City. I know Denny Hamlin's going to looking forward to that. His first win ever came at Mexico City. Kyle Busch has won there as well, so maybe Rowdy can pull something off as well. Pocono, Quaker State 400 at Atlanta, and then Chicago Street Race on that, and then the Toyota Save Mart 400 at Sonoma, at Dover, and then they're going to finish with the Brickyard 400, another crown jewel. So it's the 600 to the Brickyard 400. So it should be interesting to see Dale Jr., Steve Letarte, and Adam Alexander calling these races for NASCAR on as Amazon Prime and TNT Sports. Now, Steve Letarte, he's going to be with those races. Then he takes over on the NBC crew as well. So he should be calling most of these races this year. Finally found out RFK Racing will be adding another driver. Ryan Preece is going to be driving that 60 Ford for RFK, along with Brad Keselowski and Chris Buescher. And also, big news as well, the Kroger is now the new sponsor for RFK Racing. Big leaving JTG, that 47 Ricky Stenhouse Jr. car. They are coming over to RFK Racing, so that is huge. They have an extra car now, so 3 cars for RFK Racing. Another 3-car team has been born. The 2311 is going to have the 35 Toyota with Riley Herbst coming up from the Xfinity series. Should be interesting to see how he does it with 2311, that 35 car with a Monster Energy sponsor. And looks like his old car, but the 35 should be interesting to see how this car does with two-car deal. And with Riley Herbst going to be a rookie, he's going to be going up against SVG. Of course, he is full-time in 2025 as well. So Riley Herbst versus SVG for the Rookie of the Year should be interesting to see how they do. Now with 2311, with that extra third car, it will be an open car for right now, but we'll see how that goes toward the rest of the year as we get into the 2025 season. Okay, so also Todd Gilliland moves over from that 38 car in Front Row Motorsports. He will be taking over the 34 Ford that was driven by Michael McDowell. He is going to Spire Racing. So Todd Gilliland moves over to the 34. And they still haven't made an announcement yet who's going to drive that 38 car. Maybe Zane Smith. We'll see who it's going to be. They have not announced it yet. So also, new crew chief for John Hunter Nemechek at Legacy Toyota is going to be Travis Mack. He came from Trackhouse Racing. So Travis Mack, the new crew chief for John Hunter Nemechek at Legacy Toyota. Speaking of new crew chief, Brad Keselowski will be getting a new crew chief in 2025, but it's a sort of a reunion for him in 2020 and 21 with Penske Racing. They had some fun together and won some races. Terry Bullens is going to be the new crew chief for Brad Keselowski, so we'll see how that does, if that lights a fire for Brad. He won a race here this year, so we'll see if he can win a couple more in 2025. Speaking also with new crew chief, Denny Hamlin and Chad Gabehart are done. Chris Gabehart are done. Chris Gabehart going to Joe Gibbs Racing to be the competitive director for Joe Gibbs Racing, which moves Chris Gale in the spot for Denny Hamlin. Should be interesting to see how Denny reacts to this. And Denny's words, he was shocked when he heard the news out of Joe Gibbs Racing that Chris Gabehart was leaving his team to become the competitive director for Joe Gibbs Racing. Many times I've listened to Denny Hamlin on the radio at Chris Gabehart. I always thought Chris Gabehart treated Denny Hamlin as his psychologist and kind of calmed him down and talked to him. So it should be interesting to see how Chris Gale is going to fit in there with Denny Hamlin, the relationship they're going to build. They have all winter to build it, but it doesn't really get built until you start practicing it in real racing and talking about stuff. So maybe Chris Gabehart will get in there and help out as well, but we'll see how that goes. So 2 new crew chiefs. We'll see what happens here in 2025. We spoke a little bit about how Kroger has left JTG Racing, and now they have made some news for themselves as well. They have rebranded themselves to Hayek Motorsports, and they say JTG Daughtry Racing has rebranded as Hayek Motorsports with a new ownership. The team has announced Gordon Smith, who became the principal owner at the end of 2023 season, will be joined by owners Brad Daughtry and Mark Hughes and Ernie Cope. The team will continue to run the 47 car with Ricky Stenhouse as the driver, and the name Hayek means fast in Chinook jargon, which is a trade language of the Pacific Northwest. So that is the news out of now Hayek Motorsports, used to be JTG Racing. So another words here for Daniel Hemrick, who was out at RCR Racing when he was driving the 31. He is now going to be driving the 19 truck for the Craftsman Truck Series, taking over for Christian Eckes, as Christian Eckes is moving to the Xfinity Series. So it should be interesting to see how Daniel Hemrick does going down from NASCAR Cup Series to the Craftsman Truck Series. Could he be competitive there? We'll see how it goes. Also, Chris Wright is the new driver for our Motorsports and Xfinity Series. Bass Pasta out, Chris Wright in. Chris Wright from the ARCA Series had some good finishes, finished in the top 10 in points, I believe. So we'll see how he does. We've had a little inside with our Motorsports. So some big announcements coming for our Motorsports on sponsors and stuff, but can't tell you right now who it is. But hope you guys stay tuned for On the Go at CeeLo. We'll be giving you all your updates on what you need to know here. So those are, and then we have one more change. COTA is changing its course, making it shorter from 3.11 miles to 2.3 miles. I'm not sure the reason why, but they have changed the track. And a lot of people are upset about this. Not sure why, but that should be interesting to see. As you can see here, the new layout for COTA. So that is the end of our news for today. I hope you guys enjoyed our updates. We'll keep on trying to give you some more updates as we go through the rest of the silly season, if you want to call it, as it's continuing. So we'll find out. We got that one more for the JRM, Front Row Motorsports to be filled, and we'll see how that goes. We'll see who's going to drive the 38 car. Some more updates on the 2311 Front Row Motorsports lawsuit against NASCAR. That should be going to as well. But hey, Daytona, pretty soon, more or less than about 2.5 months, we'll be right back here. And also, beginning of February, we got the Busch Clash. So looking forward to seeing that. But we'll have some more updates as we go. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hit the like button for us if you can, and subscribe if you're new, if you haven't watched On the Go with CeeLo before. We do a great job with streaming NASCAR races and all your information you need right here on the Go with CeeLo. I wish I could do everyday vlogs like a lot of people do. I just don't have the time. So I got some time to put it together. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Enjoy it. We'll see you next time. See you guys later.